The Hull Kingston Rovers cheerleaders, the Robinettes. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Hull Kingston Rovers cheerleaders, the Robinettes. Okay, we are 16 minutes away from kick-off and we're now heading towards the final run-in to the season. And there's still some massive encounters to play in 2008, including the 2 remaining Hull derbies. While the excitement builds, next season is not too far away. So we now have a special message for all Hull Kingston Rovers supporters from the #1 town crier in the world.
Good afternoon everybody then, and welcome to Hull Kingston Rovers for this Super League fixture against the Wigan Warriors at a bit more summer feeling Craven Park. I'll start off by giving you the teams today. For Rovers, we have a fullback of Daniel Fitzhenry, with John Steele and Chris Wallham on one side, Jay Webster and Rhys Lovegrove on the other. The standoff today is Ben Galea, and scrum half is Michael Dobson. The front row of the scrum then, Garrett Crossman, Kirk Netherton as hooker, and David Mills. The second row of Mick Vella, Stanley Jean, and Paul Cook's your loose man. On the bench today for the Rovers is young Chaz Janssen. A welcome return to action for Mikhaili Azu. Jason Netherton has missed the last couple of games with injury. And Ben Fisher starts on the bench today. The Wigan Warriors team then: Pat Richards, Mark Calderwood, Daryl Goulding, George Camont, Cameron Phelps, Trent Barrett, Thomas Luluai, Stuart Fielden, Mickey Hyam, Andy Coley, Harrison Hanson, Joel Tompkins, Gareth Hawken on the bench, Michael McLaurin, Liam Colburn, Shona Lachlan and Ifeanyi Asina. Important day today then, here at Hull Rovers on a run of 6 straight losses. Hoping to turn it around with what is a much weakened Rovers side. Looking at the bench earlier, there's a hell of a lot of talent sat out today. But today's going to come about, any sort of victory will come about because of desire today, the want to win, the will to win, the wearing of the shirt with pride. It's not going to be easy. This Wigan side have hit form. Fantastic win last week, of course, over the Leeds Rhinos. But it's there for the Rovers today, Dave, if they really want to do it. If they apply themselves properly and play for each other, I'm sure. I've got all faith in the selection policy of Justin Morgan and the players that he's put out today that we can indeed gain a valuable win today.
Well, after the last couple of weeks and certainly last week's performance, or non-performance I think is a better way of putting it, against Castleford, personally it'd be great to get the win today, but I just want to see Rovers start doing the simple things well again, the things that they did at the start of the season well, and just cut out the elementary mistakes. It must be very frustrating for Justin Morgan, because he obviously sends them out well prepared. We hear all the stories during the week. We come down here sometimes, we see them training, we know that they are well prepared, but for some reason or not in the last few games it's just gone out the window, and they've committed cardinal sins and errors, giving penalties away on the 5th tackle. If they cut that out, start doing the simple stuff, the performance will go up, and hopefully we might just get that win. Believe.
Yeah, the East standing great boys today. They're going to give all they can for them boys on the field, wearing the Hull Kingston Rovers jerseys, as we will endeavour to do here in the gantry, as the Wigan Warriors make their way onto the Craven Park pitch. But it's not about them today. Here at Craven Park, it's all about Hull Kingston Rovers and how they apply themselves. Rufus eyeing Pat Richards up there. I think he's thinking to himself there, deal or no deal, so I'll take him out. I'm thinking, don't be a banker, Rufus.
Yeah, you've got to be careful how you say that, Mike. I thought in the words of Chris Chester, he's going to put lips on him then. Can't beat putting the little lips on him. Anyway, here come the lads. Mick Vella leading the way. Well, if the crowd could get any more excited, Rufus is just trying whipping them up there. Well, as I say, I think it got everybody excited. We're trying to put lips on Pat Richards. Perhaps he's going to knock off his muffin next.
Just a quick rundown today then, the referee Ian Smith with the substitutes of Mr Hicks and Grundle. Wigan kick off then. Daniel Fitzhenry takes that ball really well, gives it inside to David Mills, who has a fantastic run to start this game for Hull Kingston Rovers. The Wigan players lift him and drive him back. Plays the ball then. A couple of them must be offside. Garrett Crossman runs onto that ball really well. Fantastic early run then from the Rovers. The two forwards showing the way forward. Paul Cook now misses his man out, takes the tackle. Just over his own 40-metre line. 3-man tackle from the Wigan Warriors. Kirk Neverton puts it inside to Michael Dobson, who again feeds David Mills. Two great runs to start the game from David Mills. Kirk Neverton then. That's okay, come off his foot. Michael Dobson puts the kick in. Great kick from Michael Dobson. Looking to dissect the full-back of the winger. Doesn't do so. Pat Richards takes it safely, securely into his chest. Goes down, brought down on a 2-man tackle. Mick Valla and Ben Galea on the 30-metre line now. Stopped again on the 40 there in a 2-man Rovers tackle again. David Mills and Paul Cook. Hull-bound Mark Calderwood then. Again met by the same two tacklers on the halfway line. Tenacious start from the Robins and Wigan alike. Trent Barrett then, all the talent in the world, this young man. Goes back to Australia, of course, at the end of this year. Will be much missed, I would think. Be hard road to fill. I'm sure Tim Smith's looking forward to filling his boots. Andrew Corley then knows how it feels to lose against Rovers in important games, of course. Having played against Rovers at the Willows for Salford last year in what was a vitally important game for the Rovers. Luluai then puts the kick through. One of them's got to get it. Daniel Fitzhenry drops down for the ball. Has a look round. He's going to go for the gap. Is Daniel Fitzhenry brought down 8 metres from his own line. Jake Webster moves into the dummy half position. Webster then gets the ball, gives it inside to Lovegrove. Little inside pass there to John Steele. Little run around move. Bit dangerous on your own 8 metre line, but they're trying something different. That's good. 12 metres from their own line then. Stanley Jean there. Shoulder down, head down, goes forward. Messed about a bit there by the Wigan players, but that's okay. Reece Lovegrove there. Fantastic run from Reece Lovegrove. Goes once, shoulder down, goes again. Kate Neverton off half position. Inside to David Mills. Grinding them legs forward. These boys are really pushing forward with the legs today. These Hull Kingston Rovers boys not taking it on the first stick, making sure that Wigan have to work to put them down. Dobson then will be looking for the 40-20, that's without a doubt. Pat Richards puts a foot on it. Great start for the Rovers, Dave. 2 great sets, no errors. Let's hope it carries on at the rest of the game.
Start as you mean to go on, I think is the operative words at the moment. Calderwood now tackled by 3 Rovers players. But decent start. Decent start from Rovers, and it's a mistake there by Luluai. Knock on. Rovers clean up the ball. Dobson now out to Stanley Jean. Stanley Jean only knows one way, and that's forward. Michael Dobson marshalling the troops. Oh, hospital pass there to Garrett Crossman, who did very well to keep the ball there. First chance for Rovers to try and stretch this Wigan defence. Dobson out to Galea, into Cook. Cook out to Galea. Fitzhenry shows the ball to Webster, goes himself, takes the tackle on the Wigan 20. Jake Webster to Cook, to Garrett Crossman. Garrett Crossman, that ball was ripped out there. Ian Smith actually agreeing with us up here in Gantry that ball was ripped out by a Wigan hand. Gives the penalty. What Rovers doing now, he's tapped it. Mike was screaming for going for the 2, but Rovers going for it. Just brought down 5 metres short of the Wigan try line. Dobson, Cook. Out to Galea. Galea stops, sees the gap, tucks under the tackle. Just in front of the post. Kurt Netherton out to Cook. Again, Cook smothered there. No way of offloading. Netherton, Galea, Jake Webster. Jake Webster was, I think every club has realised he's a danger man. But yes! What a great try there from Kurt Netherton. He saw that Wigan's defensive line was not lined up correctly there. Saw the gap. Quick play of the ball and he's straight in. Great try there by Kurt Netherton.
Yeah, fantastic start for the Robins. Really positive, go forward all the time. Kept Wigan on the back foot near their own line. Made the mistake, forced the mistake, and from the ensuing set of 6, Kurt Netherton crashes over on the right hand side of the field to give Rovers the most deserved 4-point early lead. Paul Cook it is then, who will have a kick for goal to hopefully extend the lead to 6-0. Just 5 minutes gone here at Craven Park, and we couldn't have asked for a better start from the home side. Must say the East stand is in absolutely fan fettle today. It's full, it's rocking. Really good away fans as well. Really fantastic away support for the Wigan Warriors. It's not a short journey by any means, but they've brought plenty with them. Paul Cook then. He's round the corner style. Step to the left, come back, swings round, follows through. Missed that one as Cookie. Never mind Rovers, let's build on the positives. That's 4-0 to the Rovers after 6 minutes here at Craven Park. Keep this momentum going now. Keep Wigan on the back foot. I'm sure Wigan will kick this ball really deep into the Rovers in goal area. It's up to Rovers again to battle the way down to the Wigan end of the field and try and get over again. Pat Richards it is then. places the ball on a tee that looks incredibly high. Yeah, Mr. Smith just said in there. Get your scaffold down, son. You're not that excited. Rovers wait for the ball. He's put it back up again, as Mr. Smith noticed. He's not bothered. He's told him he's done his bit. Pat Richards kicks off. That's going straight in. No, it's not going straight in touch. One of them. That's okay. It should be Rovers' ball. It's gone backwards. That was just pathetic, really. One of them should have called for the ball. I think that was Dobbo's ball because he was running onto it rather than behind him. Still, they get away with it because that was a silly error. As Wigan forced the boys back to the 12-metre line from their own goal posts. Mills then plays it inside to cut. Great ball inside to John Steele, who looks to go through a gap which is closed on him pretty quickly by the two Wigan players. Gareth Hock being one of them. Neverton gives it inside to Stanley Jean, who's always looking for that little gap. He's knocking players off left, right and centre. Stanley Jean brought down on a 3-man Wigan tackle 22 metres from his own line. Goes inside now to Garrett Crossman, who's started the game really well for Rovers with his fellow prop Dave Mills. Some really good runs from the boys early on. Kate Neverton then, good have a look, give it to Dobber. He'll be looking for the 40-20 no doubt. It's another great kick from Michael Dobson, straight into the hands unfortunately of Pat Richards, who was waiting for it. Great positional play from the fullback. Got to bring him down, Rovers, and they do on his own 40-metre line. Another good set from Rovers, Dave. Looking positive going forward. Bit silly at the beginning there with the two men going for the same ball, but we come out of it all right and we've completed the set. That's important.
It was a good set of 6 and a decent kick there by Michael Dobson. Michael Dobson, who probably might have a little bit of a point to prove against his old side Wigan. Seeing as I wouldn't say single-handedly, but he saved Wigan from the drop the other year. Oh, it was a good break from Mickey Hyam. Unfortunately for him, he tried to offload. The ball drops out of his hands, goes forward. Rovers just picked it up. But a bit worrying there because there's a gap. A double-decker bus could drive through the Rovers' defence there. Mickey Hyam goes, thank you very much. Good scrambled defence, pulled him back. Dropped the ball, Rovers have picked it up. Stanley Jean now gets the ball across the 40-metre line. Kate Netherton gives it out to Garrett Crossman. Garrett Crossman, who's had a solid start to the game today, has come in for a lot of criticism recently. Some of it pretty well founded, to be honest. Kate Netherton goes down the short side. Good little kick through from Cole Cook. Jake Webster sniffing after this. Oh, took him. Decent play by the Wigan player there. He realised he was close to touch. Decides to just go straight down on the deck for take the tackle. Oh, it's a break. Luluai's through. Looks around for the offload. Nobody there. Kurt Netherton, a superb covering tackle. Smothered the ball. Luluai just couldn't do anything with that then. That looked a couple of metres forward. Wigan looking dangerous. I think he's going in the corner here. Very, very easy try there for Wigan. It was a good break from Luluai in the first place with a good covering tackle from Kurt Netherton. But after that, Wigan spreading the ball wide. I think the final pass, to be honest, was quite probably forward. But there again, I suppose we would say that we're a little bit biased. But it was good play from Wigan to spread the ball out wide, realising that the Rovers defence had not come back quick enough. Just had Rovers at full stretch there. A nice easy try. Chaz Lionson coming on. Bengalia coming off there. Doesn't look good, he's holding his arm. Yeah, it doesn't look good, he's holding his arm very, very carefully there is Bengalia. Sorry. My error, it's Fitzy, Daniel Fitzhenry. I definitely need to go to Specsavers, get some new glasses. But good try there from Joel Tompkins. Pat Richards, definitely within Pat Richards' range here. Takes the kick. Looks good, but it's gone round the front. He's missed it. So the scores here at Craven Park. Hull Kingston Rovers 4, Wigan Warriors 4. We need to get fronting up here on defence. It's very, very easy for Wigan to break through. We've had 3 good breaks. Mickey Hyam, we got away with that one with some good scrambled defence. James Lulai cut through us like a hot knife through butter there, and it was a very easy try, Mike.
Yeah, slightly disconcerting, but we can only hope we put that right. That's a little bit too easy, really. I mean, no matter who you're playing against, you've always got man for man. One man for one man at any one time. Still, let's hope they can push forward again. Andy Cora then brings the ball from his own line. Tries to run over the top of young Kirknevitt and can't do so. Brought down on the 3-man tackle. Stuart Fielden now, who's finding his form again. Lost it slightly since the death of his father, of course, last year did Stuart Fielden, but he's pulling himself around for this Wigan Warriors side. Graham Hock, certainty for the England national side at the end of the season, should he keep injury free, I would have thought, in my opinion. Fantastic second rower, probably the best second rower in the country at the moment, apart from our own, Clint Newton, I believe. But as Englishmen go, I don't think you'll find a better second rower than Graham Hock at the moment. Wigan then on their own 40, play the ball. Mickey Hyam inside. Stuart Fielden again takes the run. Again bounces off tackles, but he's brought down just short of the halfway line. Last tackle against the Wigan Warriors. Then Trent Barrett looking for the little probing gaps and kicks. Young Chaz Hanson's gone straight to fullback, so Justin Morgan's shown a lot of faith in him there. Has a little juggle with that ball. Spins as he gets to the tacklers, and Trent Barrett's forced away, but the other 2 tacklers are there to affect it. John Steele then caught rather high round the head there. No, says Mr. Smith. Brought it down 15 metres on his own line. Inside, so Reece Lovegrove again needs to step up to the plate. Not found his form since last year, when he had a fantastic end to the season, of course, for Rovers. Inside there to Mick Vella. Mick Vella looking for the gaps, brought down on the 32 metre line. Can't give it again then, whips one out. Michael Dobson again looking for the 40-20. Not really got enough on that one. Pat Richards again willing and ready and waiting for that ball. Michael Dobson grabs his head into his chest and says, "Come here, you're going nowhere." And he doesn't. Stanley Jean there makes an important tackle. And young Liam Colburn, of course, he's been linked with Rovers this week as Liam Colburn. Whether it's true or not, we don't know, but wouldn't be out of place here at Craven Park. Thomas Lodewar then plays the ball inside again to Andrew Coley. Looking again to be able to offload that ball. It shouldn't happen. Well met there by Ben Clear. Penalty to Wigan. Hulkingston Rovers offside. Mr. Smith points at Kirknevitt and says, "It's you, young Netherton." Offside. Once again, how do you describe an offside, Mr. Smith? All players with the same position at the same every play the ball, but you decide when one's given and when one isn't. Very inconsistent, but there you go. Pat Richards reaches down for the balls. Yeah, he's inconsistent, you're right. Still, Pat Richards kicks the touch. Takes it to 26 metres from the Rovers line. Mickey Hyam goes forward to tap the ball. Does so. Gives it inside to Harrison Hansen, who's brought down on the 20 by a 2-man Rovers tackle. Mills and Kalia it was. Mickey Hyam again will be probing, searching. Thomas Lodewar does well to take that ball. Trent Barrett then inside to young Colburn again. No, it's not young Colburn. My mistake, it's young Joel Tompkins, of course, who well described that. Forward pass, Ian Smith says. Agrees with the rest of the stadium here at Craven Park, who all shouted forward in one. So, where are we at this stage of the game then? Rovers are doing okay. Wigan coming forward, all the pressure at the moment, but it's been a decent start and much improved from recent events, Dave. Let's just hope we can carry on, pick it up from here and score again.
It would be nice. It would be rude of them not to. Rovers here with Michael Dobson with the put in. It's been a solid start, but the only thing worrying me is when on the last couple of sets of 6 Wigan have had, our defence is seeming a bit at 6s and 7s. We've held them out apart from once so far, but I think words need to be said, and this is where maybe we've missed James Webster, because he's one thing James Webster was always very good at was marshalling the defence. We called him the little general. Well, he called Rovers for offside, did Ian Smith, but how far were Wigan offside there? Must have been a good 2-3 metres. Anyway, Michael Dobson with another kick down to this side. Pat Richards picks it up, brings it away. Good chase though from Rovers. Michael Dobson and Chris Wellham in the tackle. Good chase. Wigan on their 20. Mickey Hyam spreads the ball out. Cameron Phelps just come over from Australia. Cameron Phelps He's a great player, bit of a bad boy by all accounts. Doesn't have the best reputation, but Michael's just said it'll be a good matchup with Mr. Smith next season for Wigan. Last tackle here. Luluai with the kick through. Rhys Lovegrove, easy meet for Rhys Lovegrove there. Bit of a nothing kick from Luluai. Rhys Lovegrove brings him all the way, but Wigan yard and a half in front of Ian Smith every time there is a play of the ball. As we say week after week, we don't mind referees, giving penalties or giving penalties when they shouldn't do, as long as it's the same for both sides, and that evidently is not the case today. Rovers now pushing through. Mick Miller plays the ball. Dobson, David Mills. David Mills takes a tackle. Dobson, good little kick through. Chris Wellham chasing this. Pat Richards. Well, Pat Richards judged that. I think he might have had sweaty palms on that one there, because Chris Wellham was mighty close to touching that down. Great kick through from Michael Dobson. Wigan now with Calderwood plays the ball. That's it. It's a better Rovers defensive line this time. They're smothering the man and the ball. So as my old coach used to say to me, take the legs. They can't run without the legs. And when you've got a second man smothering the ball, it's good defence. Kurt Netherton in the tackle there. Good tackle. Fielden having a field day with the offloads there. Wigan though not actually made much ground there. They might have offloaded, but they haven't made much ground there. It's the last tackle. Mickey Hyam out to Luluai. Looks the kick. There's a big gap there. You could drive a double-decker bus through it, but what a great take. He's now taking the ball, going for the gap. Brought down. Great take. Wigan so far offside, it's just not funny. Garrett Crossman brings the ball. 3 Wigan tacklers take him down on the 35-metre line. Ben Fisher sends the balls out to Dobson. Dobson to Lovegrove. Lovegrove makes some yards. Good run there by Lovegrove. He's got to prove his worth. Come to the plate. Ben Fisher out to Dobson. Another big kick. Takes it down to the Wigan 5-metre line. Pat Richards gets the ball, brings it away. Makes 15 metres. Take him into touch, Rovers. Come on. Chris Wellham, Dobson and Fisher in the tackle. Good chase. This is not bad, Mike. It's looking good for the Rovers so far. They've been solid. A bit of defensive fragility early on, but they're solid it up. They're looking strong. All right, Wigan have had a couple of offloads, especially from Fielden, who's started to come back into form recently. But they haven't really made that much ground, Mike.
No, not yet, mate. Let's hope that continues. I noticed to bring Effie Palacina on.
Substitution for the Wigan Warriors.
No, it's back to one, he said. He's not given the knock on, he said it's knocked back from a Rovers player. So Wigan then with a full set of 6 on the Rovers 30. Stuart Fielden again running the ball in. Jay Webster goes to meet him. Once again, doesn't wrap his arms up. Been a big thing with Jay Webster this year is his ability not to make the tackle when necessary. Goes down again then on the 20-metre line. Trent Barrett gives it inside to young Joel Tompkins, who's started the game like house on fire. Been really well for the Wigan Warriors. I think it's will be good to see McCartney come on as a direct opposition to Palacina. Like for like, fire with fire, as they say. And I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but as I'm looking down at the sideline there, I think McCartney and Jason Everton are both going to come on. Gareth Hock then runs onto that ball, that pace. Looking to offload, of course. Go back to your 10-yard line, he'll say. He was tackled over the line. In no rush to do so, isn't Gareth Hock. Got to go right back to the 10-metre line, Gareth. As you know, he's stand raised to try and raise the spirits of this Hull Kingston Rovers defensive line. Forward pass there, surely. Knocks on there from Wigan Warriors. That's a turnover on the 10-metre line, says Mr. Ian Smith. Thank you very much for that. Rovers it'll be then to tap the ball, play the ball, as they do. Ben Fisher, who's come on as a replacement for young Kent Netherton. As one Netherton leaves the fray, another one enters. Jason Netherton back into this Rovers side. kind of taken out without the ball then as well was young Jason Everton. Reece Lovegrove, who's starting well, who's running well. If that's not high referee, then never mind. Michael Dobson gives it inside to John Steele. They like it round the chops to this Wigan players. Every single tackle, the arms are going high. Dobson then has a little dummy once again round the head. Every single time round the head.
Substitution for Hull Kingston.
How can you not get on at referees when they're not doing the basic things correctly? Paul Cook then kicks the ball through, gets through to the 10 metre line of the Wigan Warriors. What a big hit here, McCarley. There you go. The first one, Rovers though. Mr. Ian Smith penalises them. What a twat.
I can echo those sentiments. Ian Smith not picking up on nearly every single Wigan tackle in that last set of 6 from Rovers was high around the chops. Apart from the fact Ben Fisher was obstructed in the first place, which meant that he had to push a Wigan player out the way to get at the Wigan player to make the tackle. It gives a penalty straight away to Wigan. Unbelievable. Wigan spraying this ball out wide. The Rovers defensive line creaking a little bit here, coming under sustained pressure. Another penalty. Don't believe it.
Once again, Mr. Look at Me, Ian Smith, ruining a game of rugby league here at Craven Park, wherever he referees anyway. Richards puts the ball out on the 18 metre line from the Hull Kingston Rovers try line. Come on, Rovers, get into them. Palliacina then. He's already been on for 3 of his 10 minutes. He's a big fat lad, can't run for long. Stuart Fielden now. Quite the opposite. Come on, McCarley. McCarley and Ben Fisher there, eventually bringing Stuart Fielden down. Trying to milk the penalty there with Stuart Fielden. Have to be careful because you know when he gets it on his chin he goes down. Ashley Bradford and Willie Mason. It's a very easy try there for Wigan. Once again, this Rovers side incapable of defending anything within 10 metres of the road line and getting what they deserve, to be quite honest with you. The last 15 minutes have been awful from Rovers on a defensive capability. But it must be said, Mr. Ian Smith put them in the position they were in. 2 penalties. I can understand the grabbing of the leg, but if you're going to penalise Rovers for head-high tackles, then surely you've got to penalise Wigan. Well, for 5 out of the 6 tackles in the preceding set to the penalty against Hull Kingston Rovers went high on every single one, Dave. I'm fed up with it. I'm getting fed up with the referee spoiling my weekly jaunts to Super League grounds. And frankly, I think something needs to be done because I can see one of these referees having such a big effect one day that something be done about it.
Well, Mike, I think the East Stand summed it up there. 4 points to the referee. Only how long it'll be before they start coming out with the chorus of all we want is a decent referee. I don't think there is a such thing as a decent referee. I mean, I have to admit, I wouldn't want to be a referee for love nor money. But sometimes you look at it and you just say gloriously inconsistently inconsistent. And Ian Smith, he cost us at Huddersfield, and I know that sounds strange when Huddersfield posting 50 points on us, but first half, Ian Smith cost us 4 tries against us. And again there, I mean, Rovers' defence was creaking. They'd been under a sustained period of pressure with Mr. Smith giving penalty after penalty, set of 6 after set of 6. You've got to give it to Wigan. They capitalised and they've scored the try and got the conversion, got the 6 points in front. But we're just fed up with referees. Palliacina in the 4th minute of his 10 minutes of a match knocks on. But Rovers, that was a really strange spell there. Rovers players saw the ball being knocked on and didn't dive on it. Nobody made a move. And this is when you see that, that's what frustrates the fans. We don't mind, you can hold your hands up sometimes and say, yeah, we get beaten by a better side. Except what is unacceptable is when little things like that where Rovers players standing around and not going for the ball. Chris Wellham now brings the ball. Ben Fisher looks one way, looks the other. Shoot! Go on, Ben! Go on, Ben! It was great.
Rovers then pressing on the line. Michael Dobson puts the ball out. Bengalia. Come on, Rovers. Jason Nevin. Again, tackle around the head, referee. Dobson. Inside to Velos. Pretty static there. Still searching for the line. Fifth and last tackle against this Rovers side. Gives out again to Michael Dobson. Dobson sends it to Michael Dobson. Yes! Fantastic try for Michael Dobson. Saw the gap. Selwyn W went through it. That's what's needed. That's the sort of commitment that's going to gain a point, Rovers. Well, let's pull it out and go again.
Well, we all get excited there. Michael Dobson with a great try. All set from Ben Fisher. Referee did well actually. He could have given a penalty there, but he didn't. He let Ben Fisher make the most of the advantage. Ben Fisher nearly scored himself. Rovers, brilliant play. Fifth tackle. Michael Dobson straight in. Mike's sort of laughing his head off, enjoying this, and so am I. He said to me, "Pass me the mic. I think we're going to score. I've got a feeling we're going to score." And yes, we did. Paul Cook now with what should be an easy conversion for a man of Paul Cook's abilities.
Can I just say that? Sorry for getting a bit excited there to start off with, but it's kind of brought me a bit down to life when I see Michael Dobson, because he's had a good whack in the old Sammy Garakas, and I think he's searching for one of them now in the dead ball area of the Wigan Warriors team. So if anybody's seen a spare, well, it's not. Let's put it this way: it's not a Steedham ball. That might be Michael Dobson. All square here at Craven Park then, on the half an hour mark. It's 10-all. Much needed try there for the Rovers, just to show them that they can do it. They can work it. All came across from an error from Effie Palacida, who was met head on by the great Rovers defence. It'd be just nice to see now if Rovers can keep this set going, play a good set, keep Wigan on their own line and pin them down there, Dave, rather than have to work away from their own line as they have been doing so much of late.
What we want Rovers now to capitalise on that try. Brilliantly worked by Michael Dobson. Mick Vella now collects the ball, gets up to the Rovers 18 minutes, still driving the legs. That's what we want to see. That's what makes the fans happy. Putting in the effort. Michele Alzeri, oh, he's amazing. I can't believe it. Ian Smith has actually given a head-high tackle against Wigan. That's unbelievable. Oh, it's I stand corrected. Michael's just corrected me. I was getting all excited thinking, oh, he's given a head-high tackle and he's actually giving it for offside, which quite possibly might be even more amazing that he's done it. Rovers now on the halfway line. Dobson out to Alzoui. Ben Fisher at the dummy half. Fires it out. Michael Dobson. Stanley Jean straight in. Dobson gives it to Fisher. Great miss out pass. Right idea from Rovers there. Jake Webster now goes on a run. Oh, and he's broken through the first line. Just brought down on the 25-metre line. Dobson gives it to Michele Alzeri, but that was a bit of a hospital pass. Maka though dusts himself off, says, well, you can dish it out, but just wait until I get a chance to dish it out back onto you. Great kick from Cook. Well taken. Great kick. Rovers challenging for the ball. It was a great take there by the Wigan winger. Wigan down on their 10-metre line. But this is what we want, Mike. Rovers putting the pressure on. If they can keep tackling, keep the intensity up, keep Wigan pinned down in their own half. It's what we want.
Of course it is, Dave. Yeah, we need to tell teams that they can't just go through us. They're not going to slip through us like nice Butter, as you put it so eloquently earlier. But they're going to have to work. They're going to have to try. They're going to have to do something a bit different to get through us. Put it into the defence from the Rovers. 3-man tackle. Bring Gareth Hope down 35 metres from his own line. Last tackle against the Warriors. Thomas Lodewijk there. I'm sure that was hit by a Rovers hand. He's got to get there. Still last tackle. Oh, still a bit lame there getting towards that ball. Go on, Chris Wellham. Chris Wellham sets his legs free. It's going, still going. Great run from your Wellham there. Rather turned on his head by the defence. All offside from the Wigan Warriors again. Michael Dobson gives it inside there too. Ooh, young Charles Jansen there met really hard in the tackle. Still takes that ball. Oh, sorry, John Steele met hard in the tackle, not to worry. Macaulay Izuno takes it 8 metres into the Wigan Warriors line as they see stand again, rises as one and stings her outside with his stand. Inside ball there. Oh, again a high tackle from the Wigan Warriors team. What's Mr. Smith playing at? And that was Charles Jansen. He must have thinking a bit of a prophecy earlier. Mick Vella then will be looking for the offload, I would assume. Can't get it. 28 metres from the Wigan line then. 5th tackle against the Robins. What they're going to do? Try something different. Goes right. He's going to put a little chip in. I can see it. He still says it's last tackle. No, he said he never blocked that with his foot. He never meant it. He just hit him. I kind of agree, to be quite honest. I think Mr. Smith's got that one right. I don't think he had any sort of time to get a decision to make the foot out on that ball. Great idea from Rovers there. And again, forcing the Wigan Warriors to run out from deep in their own half as Stuart Fielden receives a little bit of attention for the Wigan Warriors. Pat Richards there, stuck a bank to the head. Effie Paddy has seen it there, making no ground again. Fielden will be looking to do so. Met well by Macaulay Izuno. No, he's saying he wants to square to play the ball. Mr. Smith again making his own rules up. I'm sorry, I'm not going to make this a ref fest, but he really is a prat of the highest degree, is Mr. Smith. Shouldn't be a Super League referee, in fact shouldn't be a referee. I bet his wife's real proud of him. And his kids. Imagine he can't create them. Never mind. It takes a man to create kids, that's what I mean. Gareth Hock then runs the ball in for Wigan. Kind of pops Paul Cook off there. He's going to get that ball inside. That'll be an easy try there for the Wigan Warriors again. Once again, Hull Kingston Rovers will run over the top of, and quite an easy try for the Wigan Warriors. I'm going to get the microphone back to Dave because I'm slightly irate again and I don't want to go waffling on. But once again, Dave, unable to stop one single player going through 4 of them. He bounced off Cook like he want there, and I'll leave it at that.
I think you're better. But Rovers there. Okay, Ian Smith obviously likes to make a name for himself, gives the penalty to Wigan, but Rovers have got to learn, even when decisions go against you, you've got to front up, you've got to get your defence marshalled. And right then, Wigan, you've got to give it to Wigan. It was nice play, it was good play, but it wasn't exceptional. I mean, as fans you can live with it when it's exceptional play that just cuts you through them, but that was just down to people not fronting up and tackling as they should. It's worrying. Rovers, even in this first half, have been very, very inconsistent. At some points you're thinking, great, they're fronting up, they're tackling great, they're attacking well, they're not making any silly mistakes. And at other times you're looking at them and we're looking seriously sub-Super League at times. I hate to say it, but I just have. Another easy conversion there for Pat Richards. Wigan now 16 points. Hull Kingston Rovers 10. We're coming up to half time now, a couple of minutes to go to half time, and I think Justin might have a few words to say in that dressing room. Some players are obviously coming to the party today, they are fronting up. Stanley Jean full of energy, but there's 1 or 2 players out there, and we're not talking the young players, we're talking the senior players who I think they need to have a real serious look at themselves in the mirror. Big hit there from Macaulay Izuno. Fielden tries to shrug it off, but he's looking a bit winded and a bit dazed. Macaulay Izuno with his best impression of Willie Mason there.
Yeah, that's because Stuart Fielden. That was miles forward, and Ian Smith rightly so. Sean O'Loughlin there, crying like a little baby. Acting like a little, well, it begins with P, second letter U, ends in Y. I think it's 2 S's in the middle. Sean O'Loughlin to a T. Dobbo then will put the ball in. 5 metres inside the Wigan half. Looking to get it all equal for half time, which will be a benefit. I don't quite know what Mr. Smith's doing there. He's saying, no lads, you're not tight enough. I like them tight, he said. Bengalia then, great run there from the scrum. Messed about a bit by Sean O'Loughlin, but he can do no wrong. He's one of them golden boys, is Sean O'Loughlin. Brought down on the 2-man Wigan tackle then. 28 metres from the line. Stanley Jean round the head again. high every time, wrapping her arms around the back of the neck and stopping him going anywhere. Dobson then, outside to Bengley, box of tricks. There you go, he's missing one, he's missing two. I'll go myself, he said, if you don't want it. Ultimately had to, because everybody had disappeared. Go on, Jake, get your head down and go! Needs to start using that power so early in the season, does Jake Webster. Chazai Jansen gives it to Bengalia. Michael Dobson, he's going to go to the corner. No, it's a weird little kick. No, I don't know. Racel Grove there, trying to take the ball in, just couldn't do so. Bounced off his hands and went forward, so that will be a turnover to the Wigan Warriors. Still, they've got to fight the way. Well, I'll say fight. Let's hope they've got to fight the way from their own 10 metre area. Great tackle from Stanley Jean there. Brings Pat Richards down. 12 metres from his own line. Paliacina then receives the ball again. He really has gone nowhere since he's been on as Paliacina. Inside against Sean O'Loughlin, looked very iffy again. Sean O'Loughlin would have started crying then. The dummy would have come out, the ball would have been thrown on the floor and everything, would he give that one? Still Mr. Smith gives him the wink and says, "You're alright, Sean, I can't do it twice to you." Trent Barrett there. Met well from Jason Everton. Sean O'Loughlin goes inside again, so he'll look to offload every time. Will Stuart Fielden, but he's wrapped up this time in a two-man tackle from the Rovers. Luluai then chops the ball just over the top. He's going against that wind sort of thing. He knows it's hanging up, so he gives it inside to Chazai Jansen, who has a run. Makes a good 5 metres before he's brought down. 38 metres from his own line. Gives it inside there to John Steele, who's ever winning this game, to have a run. That arm swings into the tackle again. Makes some good metres though. Ben Fisher inside to Dobson. Reese Lovegrove met that ball well, ran onto it well. Makes a good few metres then, fights for a couple more. On the 40, the Wigan Warriors and Ben Fisher. The Callie's not meeting this ball with any pace, Mackay. You've got to meet it with pace. Just walked onto that ball, which made it easy for the Warriors to bring him down 32 metres from their line. Fisher now, inside to Dobson, switches it, gives it to Cook. Paul Cook, to Bengalia. Bengalia there too, Jason Everton, who ran well. Brought down 22 metres from the Wigan line. Paul Cook now then takes the option of kicking. Dobson's going to get there. He's knocked on there. Oh, I can't believe he stepped backwards. That is a pathetic decision. I'm sorry, but he did.
Echo those sentiments, Mike. Wigan play clearly knocking on. Ian Smith not giving it. A great little kick through from Paul Cook. Michael Dobson straight onto it. Very, very close again, the try there. Should at least have had a scrum with a put into Rovers there, because it was a clear knock on. Right, the ball eventually goes backwards after it gets knocked by a Rovers player, but unbelievable. 5th tackle now. Pat Richards with a big kick. Chaz Jansen gets right underneath it. Does well, shifts his body to make sure he went backwards. I won't repeat what Mike's saying about the referee. Something about doubting parentage and saying that he might be something to do with banking, but obviously with a different word, letter in front of the ank. So Jake Webster not making the yards that he normally does. Well marshalled. Reese Lovegrove now. Oh, come on, referee! Round the neck! Unbelievable! Again, Mike, have they got rid of the high tackle and the grapple tackle in this game, or what?
No, it's the Mr. Ian Smith show again, isn't it? He likes it that way, doesn't he? Everybody look at me. I understand he's like it in the showers. Richards then, quite cockily, one-handed, he takes the ball into a tackle. Paul Cook messes about with him a bit before deciding to put him to the floor. Get out of him, Cookie. Andy Coley then takes the ball to his own 30-metre line. Brought down the two-man tackle. Again, Wigan Warriors finding it very easy to make that mandatory to 10 metres, sometimes 12. Luluai puts it inside to Trent Barrett. Always dangerous, always looking for different options. Half-time halt has gone, so this will be the last play of the game. And you can just see what's going to happen here. Get rid of it, Steely. All you got to do, that's it. He just grounds the ball in his in-goal area, which brings the half to a conclusion with a very well, it's been a tale of a couple of different sort of situations really. Rovers have risen to the occasion on the 18-12 count against this Wigan Warriors side who are flying at the moment, but still their own enemies. been capable of pulling off any sort of good defensive work when the opposition get within the line, and they're missing one-on-one tackles at a silly rate.
Back for the second half. Make a noise for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Welcome back for the second half here at Craven Park. Hull Kingston Rovers versus Wigan Warriors. Scoreline at half time: Wigan Warriors 16, Hull Kingston Rovers 10. And having had 10 minutes just to calm down a little bit, having been very frustrated with the performance of the referee, which is something we always end up talking about for some strange reason, I can't think why. Rovers' first half performance greatly improved over past performances recently against Castleford and Bradford, and well, take your pick out the 6 games that they've lost on the bounce. But Hull Kingston Rovers very definitely still in this game. Played some quite good rugby at times, but as always when you follow Rovers, a bit frustrating, especially the defensive line. Defensive line at times has looked very, very good, and at other times Wigan have just cut through it. But Mr. Smith, we've just been having a conversation with a couple of our colleagues, and even they were calling Mr. Smith, so it isn't just us, as biased as we might be. Rovers kick off. Luluai gives it to Coley. Well wrapped up by Bengalia. And Jason Netherton in the tackle. Fielden brings the ball away. Bengalia in the tackle again. Wigan at times struggled to make any yards, and at other times made it look easy. Looks like Rovers this half, the start offers them in to go on, making it a bit more difficult, but a great offload from O'Loughlin, gives it to Pat Richards. Pat Richards is going to go to full length here, and Rhys Lovegrove just gives up. Well, I just put the mockers on that one. I was just saying they've done quite well, but a great offload from Sean O'Loughlin. Pat Richards goes, thank you very much, goes through a gap which even my granddad could have reversed through with a dump truck. But Pat Richards uses pace, goes straight past Chaz Lyanson. Rhys Lovegrove though was close behind him, but seemed to just stop. Should have kept going at least. And that's the sort of things that, as I say, as a fan, as most fans will tell you, you can live with being beat as long as they put the effort in. And Rhys Lovegrove there was an example of what has been wrong with Rovers recently, in my mind. He had the chance, alright, it might not have caught him before the line, but he should have kept going, and he just eased up. An easy kick here for Pat Richards, conversion on the 10-metre line right in front of the post. This should make it Wigan Warriors 22, Hull Kingston Rovers 10. Yeah, easy. And that was just all too easy. First set of 6 after half time. Rovers looked good, but then I have to say it was a great offload from Sean O'Loughlin. But Pat Richards, thank you very much, drives through a chasm the size of the Grand Canyon, puts the lips on it. Rovers now with the kick-off. Paul Cook, same kick-offs, same plays. Coley now, great drive from Coley. Garrett Crossman in on the tackle, but just couldn't stop him. Sean O'Loughlin gives it out, and we're going to break it through again. Fielden looking around for the offload. He's still going to be able to offload it if he wanted. Rovers, come on, get the defence sorted out. Well, I'm not sure that was forward, but Rovers' defence here, Mike, it's, well, in the words of Alan Hansen, it's woeful.
In the words you're looking for there is crap. Yeah, it is woeful. It's woeful, it's crap, it's rubbish, it's terrible. It's, don't know if juvenile's the right word, but I have seen kids defend better than what Rovers are at the moment. Wigan then, on the last tackle. 30 metres from the Rovers line, Chaz Jansen takes the ball, he's got to come inside, round the head again from the Wigan Warriors player, though Chaz Jansen that time was going to ground. Jake Webster puts it inside to John Steele, quite how the Wigan fans could shout forward from there. I don't know, but they've never been a bit backward at coming forward. Well, saying that, they've always been a bit backward. Ray Suffolk again met round the head, and again Ian Smith neglects his responsibility in giving the penalty to Huckington Rovers. Stanley Jean then broke down just short of 30 inside to Mick Valla, who I'm sure wasn't supposed to be coming back on this quickly into the second half, but he has been. That's just tickled out into the 30 metre line there. Not a bad kick from Dobson, but that's the only thing he could do really. We know forwards running onto the ball at pace. Looking down at McCarley as well, looks tired out. I think that's his job done for the day. Now they certainly need a rocket put in somewhere, Dave. You're right there. They need to pick themselves up and get on with it, because nobody's going to win for them but themselves. They've got this fantastic support here every week, turning up, shouting from the rooftops for them. One of the Wigan players there can't just quite see his number, goes off with a head pouring full of blood, so Mickey Hyam has to come back into the fray. The scrum then will pack down 30 metres from the Wigan line. Thomas Oldaway gets the ball, gives it out to Pat Richards, who will probably be thinking, I'll have a go myself, it was all too easy the first time. Richards then to Trent Barrett into McAlorum. Gives it inside to Gareth Hock, and Ian Smith sees a forward pass. Bengali there telling Gareth Hock it was forward, and Gareth Hock taking an exception. Still it was, the referee says it was, so it is. Makes a mockery really what we see week in, week out. You get passes go 4 yards forwards, and that was just marginally forward, but he gives it. Bit of appeasement going on there, I think. Michael Dobson then, when he gets the ball, will feed the scrum, and he will do so. Just into the Wigan half. Paul Cook holds onto the ball, misses out a man. He's got to go again. Chazai Hansen is past Charlie Grafton, met all too easily by Colburn. Hand in there from Colburn, so that'll be a penalty. From Goulding, sorry, that'll be a penalty on that far side to the Rovers from Hull Kingston. And Dobson it is this time, who bangs it 20 metres short of the Wigan line. Rovers need a little pick me up from somewhere. Stanley Jean missed out, gives it to Dobson inside to Vella, who, like I say, in my opinion isn't supposed to be on the pitch deciding into the second half, but what can you do when your team's failing in areas other than try and fill them? Gives it off there to Ben Fisher, having to look. Bengali will go for the gap. Fens one off, fence two off, going for the gap again. Nobody seems to want the ball. Rovers stood static, no depth to Rovers running. Ben Fisher now gives it to Dobson, goes himself, scores a try there. Yeah, I'm sure it's a try. Yes, that's a try for the Hull Kingston Rovers. It's a great response to the early Wigan try. Rovers show what they can do if they apply themselves properly. A second try in this game for Michael Dobson. Brings the score to Hull Kingston Rovers 14. This Wigan Warriors visiting team 22 with a kick to come. Just a bit of self-application, a bit of belief, and we can do it, Dave. I've got to be seeing deflatorary sort of signals from the Rovers lads when they're in defence. If they could match the defensive effort with what they're doing in the attacking mode, that'd be fantastic. They seem to be backing off, paying them too much respect in defence, when in all honesty they're no great shapes.
I mean, we've been saying it for a few years. Wigan are not the side they used to be. And this Wigan side, yes, you've got Trent Barrett, class player. Sean O'Loughlin, good player. Gareth Hock, another good player. But after that, they're not great shakes. And if you do get up and at them and get in their faces, you've got at least a fighting chance. A great conversion there from Paul Cook. Makes the scores. Wigan Warriors 22, Hull Kingston Rovers 16. Rovers definitely in the hunt. I mean, attacking wise, again they get half frustrating though to attack. I mean, just the play before that, we were shunting away saying they need a rocket up a certain area because they were standing still and just very static. Michael Dobson has had his detractors and had his knockers recently, but that was a great try. Injection of pace, caught Wigan out, great try. Rovers now with a bit of momentum, and they've got to start using it. David Mills brings it up to the 10 metre line. Steele. Round the head again. How many? I think they've just. Ian Smith for this game has said, well, the high tackle rule. I don't think I'll bother with that. I'll make it legal. Grapple tackle as well. When they start grappling around the neck, yeah, we won't bother with that. However, if Rovers do it, Rovers do it, we'll give penalties. But I've got to say, this is amazing. Ian Smith gives a penalty and then says, "Ooh, Mr. Wigan player, you're giving it a bit of back chat. Another further 10 yards." But that was a poor penalty from Cook.
Yeah, I think he played into quite a stiff breeze there, actually, Dave. It's picked up throughout the day since we've been here. I noticed it when the Wigan players were kicking, it was holding up in the wind. Stanley G meets that ball at pace, well tackled. Held down a bit there by Andrew Coley. I'll call him Andrew Coley because I know Andy Cole likes the same, doesn't he? Michael Dawson, and looking for a hat-trick, trying to weave a little magic in the Rovers line. Fisher then gives it out to Bengalia. Again gives it to Jason Everton. Metwell. And a 3-man Wigan tackle, 18 metres from the Wigan line. Bengalia looking to go himself. Brought down 7 metres from this Wigan line. 5th and last tackle against the Hull Kingston Rovers. Ben Fisher whips that ball out to Michael Dobson, looking for his hat-trick again. Paul Cook's in there if he can get it. It's going to go dead from Trent Barrett. Trent Barrett covers the kick. That's a drop out against the Wigan Warriors on the dead ball line. The stands again, the atmosphere picking up a little bit. Give them something to cheer for, Rovers, and they'll cheer all day long. These boys and girls have been here week in, week out in all types of weather singing these songs. Let's see if we can give them something to go on with happy today. Great drop out there. Well taken from young Chazai Jansen. Pat Richards getting some massive length there to that drop out. Gareth Crossman, get them legs pumping, Gareth. Runs over the top of the first defender was Mickey Hyam. Another one linked with a move to Craven Park. Mick Vella then steps on the gas a little bit. Tries to weave to the right, can't do so. Brought down on the 30-metre line of this Wigan Warriors in a 3-man Wigan Warriors tackle. Misses out. Paul Cook. Stanley Jean has no option but to go down. Chris Wellham overrunning slightly there. Ben Fisher then having a look right. Gives it right, of course, to Dobson. Ben Galea misses out one, misses out two. That's a great overlapping pass. John Steele has got to come inside. Steele. John Steele. What a fantastic try for the Rovers. John Steele pushes off the defender, goes in at the corner, and the defending players line prostrate on the floor. Fantastic move from Rovers. It must say it needed finishing, and what a fantastic finish from John Steele. The Wigan Warriors player, I think that's more embarrassment than injury. So fended off by John Steele, one of the biggest of lads. Sailed in at the corner, dived in for what was a fantastic try. Reminiscent of the last two try Fox's squad for this Dave. Oh, I'm sure we'll be very proud of those. Go on, Rovers!
I've got to say, that was great play. I've just been shunting at Rovers saying, oh, they're static. But that was a brilliant work try there. Bengalia, that was obviously a set move that I did set out there. Bengalia does the run around. And brilliant try from John Steele. What a brilliant fend off, and the Wigan player's still down. What a shame, really gutted. Paul Cook with a difficult conversion. You can tell you straight away whether he makes it because it's in line with us. We're not going to try and jinx anything, we're not going to look, we're not going to say. Mike Senior will kick it, and I think he will. Straight through the middle. Great kick from Paul Cook. Scores now tied. Wigan Warriors 22, the mighty Hull Kingston Rovers 22. Rovers just bonding, great rugby. Bonding with great rugby in this second half so far.
That's what it's all about now. This is it. This is the last 30 minutes of today's game. It's all about Rovers now. They've got the ascendancy, they've got the go forward. This Wigan Warriors team are falling backwards. East Stand Raz, West Stand Raz, South Stand. Oh, there's nobody in it. But it doesn't matter. Everybody's rising. We're all singing together. Let's go, Rovers. Let's pick it up one more time and get this win. Wigan then will kick off. Pat Richards again puts the Skyer up, and again, well, it just drops short this time. Don't let it go dead. Mick Vella jumps up in the air to take that ball like a little jackrabbit on jelly beans. Brought down 8 metres from his own line. Ben Fisher there, snappy little play now from Rovers. Everybody wants the ball, everybody wants to run forward. Ben Galea brought down 16 metres from his own line. Ben Fisher moves into the off-half position. Reece Lovegrove goes, sells the dummy there, did Reece Lovegrove, nearly went through him. Just brought down then. Gareth Crossman Ran well today as Gary Crossman. Paul Cook then, inside Jake Webster. Webster brought down one of the two-man tackle. Thomas Lolawai. Michael Dobson then has a little kick through. It's very much against this wind. You can see by the way these kicks are holding up. Pat Richards now. No, you're going nowhere this time, Pat Richards. It was too easy, all that. It's all too easy that first minute in the second half. And I think the Rovers fans are going to sing to the old fans ahead of next week. What a feeling this would be if we could get a win today ahead of next week's derby game, of course. Rovers leading the series 2-0 already this season. Would be great to make it 4 by the last game of the season here at Craven Park, but to do that we have to win next week to make it 3. Wigan Warriors then coming forward just over halfway line. Gareth Hock takes the run, brought down, looking for the offload all the time. Lucky there that Gareth Hock never got an offload off. He's brought down and Rovers shout, referee shouts held. Stuart Fieldon, Michael met by Michael Dobson, gives the offload away quite easily again. Mike Hyam, he'll be looking for the offload as well. Mickey Vella runs into the back of him. Brought down. He's outside Trent Barrett, looking to weave his magic. And he's got plenty of that, believe me. Chaz Jansen read the ball fantastically well, took a spinning ball quite easily into his chest there. Well, made it look easy, should I say. It certainly wasn't easy to take. Reece Lovegrove running forward, betting a 4-5-man tackle. Grapple tackle to the floor by this Wigan Warriors side. 18 metres from his own line. John Steele then, scorer of that fantastic try 3 minutes ago. Makes some more good yards for Hull Kingston Rovers, certainly running above his weight today is John Steele. He's outside now too. Stanley Jean looking for a gap all the time is Stanley. Young Chris Wellham there angry with Stanley Jean. Why didn't he give him that ball? He had the gap, had gone through it. Let it go, Stanley. Bengalia then inside to Garrett Crossman. Garrett Crossman has some more good yards for Hull Kingston Rovers. 8 metres short of the halfway line and last tackle against this Robbins outfit. Again Dobson elects to kick on the last tackle. Fantastic kick, takes the play down to the Wigan 20. Good kick, good chase by Michael Dobson and dragging him back that extra couple of metres as well. Wigan Warriors is and will have to fight their way from their own 25 metre line. Thomas Lolawai having a look, having a little jink. Bangs one off, bangs two off, but he's ultimately brought down in a two-man tackle 30 metres from his own line. Darryl Goulding having a go himself, comes to the floor in a two-man tackle like the Undertaker. Trent Barrett then going for early option of a 40-20. Young Chaz Jansen watches it well, brilliantly taken again by Chaz Jansen. Runs that ball well with vim and vigour. Comes forward, fantastic step. Leaves Trent Barrett looking at his bootlaces and he says, "Sad and son, because you're struggling in them." Gives the ball out to Dobson. Young Wellham now. Met high in a tackle from Trent Barrett, who wasn't very happy at looking at bootlaces of young Chaz Jansen. Stanley G meets the ball at pace again. Goes forward, Stanley G! He just can't offload that ball again. Held back there again. Dobson looking for a steadier now. Fourth tackle against this Robbins outfit. Paul Cook receives the ball, gives it out wide to Bengalia, again looking for the runaround. Jay Webster pushes off one, pushes off two, goes down 24 metres from this Wigan Warriors line. Bengalia goes himself, doing a little chip through. Jay Webster's chasing it, going to take him behind his own line and does so. Fantastic tackling from the Robbins, forces the Wigan Warriors into a goal line dropout. Fantastically positive play, Dave, and I'm going to try and stay and remain that way myself. This is Mike Sexton at Craven Park, being very jolly.
Me and Mike got big smiles on our faces. The turnaround in this second half from the opening mistake where Wigan scored. It's been quite unbelievable, to be quite honest. Rovers looking like a top class outfit in the last 10-15 minutes. Wigan using the old gamesmanship here, taking the time. Rovers leaving a big gap in the middle 40. Of it goes straight to Michael Dobson, who gives it on to David Mills. A big run from David Mills. Takes 4 Wigan Warriors to bring him down. Dobson out to Cook, out to Vella. Vella straightens it up. 3 Wigan Warriors in the tackle there. Ben Fisher looking around. Gives it to Bengalia. Bengalia has had a superb second half. Gives it to Jay Webster, looks at the gap. Quickly closed up by 3 Wigan defenders, including Lulawai and Nick Coley. Cook spins the ball out wide to Dobson. He's looking, he sees the gap, he's thinking hat-trick time. Stanley Jean now goes on a run. Offloads it to Dobson. Dobson to Ben Galea. It's a great piece of play here from Rovers. Cook strains it. Gone. Oh, great piece of rugby league there by Rovers. Kept the ball alive. Couple of runarounds. Cook now. Surely Jason Netherton was blocked off that ball then. But it's another goal line dropout. I think Wigan will probably wait about a week to take this dropout here, Mike. Rovers again leaving a big gap in the middle of the park. But Rovers, Mike says, Rovers are going to score here. They're going to score here. I can believe it the way that they're playing. David Mills with another big run, takes it to the 40-metre line. Great run there from David Mills. Stanley Jean gives it out to Dobson. Mick Vella just charges through two Wigan Warriors there. Ben Fisher gives it out to Dobson. Gives it to Galea. Gives it to Webster. Webster straightens it up, looks around. Takes the tackle. Ben Galea now. Dummy half. Gives it to Jason Netherton. Jason Netherton half gap there. Ben Fisher gives the ball to Dobson. Gives it to Cook. Oh, a bit of a hospital pass there from Cookie to David Mills. Still makes a couple of yards as David Mills. Ben Fisher spins it. Dobson injects a little bit of pace. Kicks it. Surely! Great try! What a great try! Michael Dobson with a hat-trick. What a great try there by Michael Dobson. Saw the gap. Little kick through. Picks it up. Brilliant stuff there from Michael Dobson. And Mike, I've got to say, what the lottery numbers for next week, because you call that so right. Michael Dobson with his first Rovers hat-trick. Absolutely brilliant. And that's what we want. Rovers now got to push on. Got to push on, keep playing this brand of rugby, because second half, the turnaround's been amazing. The turnaround for the last 6 games has been amazing. We're all happy, we're all bouncing. East Stand's going mental. We're going mental in the country. Mike's going, the Sky people behind you, David, shut up, keep it down. But I don't care. Rovers giving us something to shout about for the first time in a while.
Great try from the Rovers then. Michael Dobson completes his hat-trick, of course. 3 wonderful tries here today. Very solo efforts as well for the Hull Kingston Rovers. Plus the Rovers in the lead by 26 points to 22. And if I've got to be honest with you, I didn't think I'd be saying that today. Fantastic turnaround from the Rovers. Paul Cook tags on the extras to make it Hull Kingston Rovers 28, the Wigan Warriors 22. I can't believe what a turnaround I've seen since that first try in the second half when when Pat Richards cut for the Rovers defence to make the scoreline of Hull Kingston Rovers 10, the Wigan Warriors 22. Hull Kingston Rovers have put their foot down and said, no, we're not taking it, we've done it enough in recent weeks. This is the week we're going to stand up and be counted. This is the week when the red and white means something, and this is the week when the red and white will rise again. Wigan Warriors and kick off. Chazai Jansen backpedaling there, leaves it to Dobbo. Good call there from Dobbo. Mike Vella. I can't emphasise now how important it is to complete this set and put a good kick in at the end of it. Messed about there by the Wigan players. Ben Galea, Howard, Stanley Jean. Fantastically well met there by Chen Barrett, although he was on the rise and he hit him. Reece Lovegrove now, going on the outside, he's looking for a gap. Very reminiscent of the KC game. Going on the outside, Stanley Jean now, who's run like a 15-year-old, it must be said. Offloads to Ben Fisher. Ben Fisher sent the gap inside. Ben Fisher's going! He's got nobody, he's got somebody with him, he's got nobody, he's going to go down, he comes away. Fantastic run from Ben Fisher, takes the play from 22 metres from this Wigan Warriors line. Ben Galea arch and half, gives it to Jason Netherton, who runs forward. 5th tackle now then against the Rovers. Ben Fisher looks right. Double, gives it wide. Jay Webster's met. Offloads him to Paul Cook. Oh, he's taken out, surely. Drop out, that'll do. Paul Cook was taken out, but I think they went for the ball rather than the man. Again forcing a goal line drop out from this Wigan Warriors outfit. Some fantastic play from Hull Kingston Rovers here at Craven Park. Wigan Warriors looking slightly dejected, it must be said. Training behind the course there, Mike Forshaw singing get yourselves into gear. He stand right into the voice as well. In one voice to Hull Kingston Rovers. Chazai Jansen then, as I get all my words mixed up, goes forward, gives it to Mike Vella. Mike Vella running forward. Ooh. Fantastic 3-man tackle there. First man missed him, Andrew Coley. Young Chazai Ansel I think has made a fantastic difference since coming on the pitch for Rovers. I actually think he's just won himself the fullback slot for next week. David Mills now drops his shoulder, digs into the tackle, brought down well, two-man tackle, 24 metres from the Wigan Warriors line. Stanley Ginn again wanting this ball. Every time he wants the ball. Brought down again then, 21 metres from the Wigan Warriors line. Options both sides for Michael Dobson. Takes the Bengali option, who goes to a gap. Just closed on him there by the Wigan Warriors team. Stuart Fielding bringing him down on the 10 metre line. Michael Dobson will look for the one-pointer. Yes, he's got the one-pointer. Fantastic option at this point in the moment, at this point in the game. Fantastic option. Puts the Hull Kingston Rovers 7 points up. With roughly 15 minutes remaining here at Craven Park. Makes the scoreline then. Hull Kingston Rovers 29, Wigan Warriors 22.
Oh, we're all very happy people up here in the gantry. Michael Dobson, well, I think Michael Dobson's going to get mad in a match here. Kent Netherton takes a viciously bouncing ball there. Again, grapple tackle around the head. At this moment in time, we don't care because Rovers now, they've got to complete this set. They've got to keep this momentum. Oh, that was Ian Smith, can you borrow my granddad's glasses, please? Jake Webster, good run, takes it to the 40 metre line. Rovers here, we've got to complete the set. Jake Webster felt that tackle, gets up gingerly, shrugs it off. He's a big man, he's a big fella, he's a big unit. It'll take more than that to stop him. Mick Vella bursts through onto the Wigan 40. Fifth tackle. Oh. Ian Smith, what are you doing? Gives a penalty against Rovers for not playing the ball properly, but let's face it, there was some Wigan hands and feet in that one. Poor decision from Ian Smith, but at least Wigan on their 40 metre line. As you quite rightly just said there, Mike, it's things like that can change the course of a game. Rovers for the last 10-15 minutes have been far superior, been on top, got the momentum, and a stupid decision like that can just turn the momentum around. Wigan now on the attack for the first time in, it has to be said, quarter of an hour since the opening kick-off. Gareth Hawke picks the ball up, offloads, Lulawai gives it to, I've had my 6 pizza slices for the day, Paliacina ducks out the way of the ball. Lulawai, Barrett who's getting upset because his white teeth have hit the ground a few times and bitten on the grass. No longer quite as wet as they are normally. Out to Trent Barrett. Oh, well, went backwards I suppose, I'll let him off on that. But Rovers' defence here looking quite solid. I don't want to put the mockers on it because that's what I did last time. Trent Barrett gives it to Lulawai. Rovers' defence looking good here. Fifth tackle. Well, what are we going to come up with? Trent Barrett lines up the kick to the corner. They're going to. Oh, great take from Chris Wellham. Andy Kate stays in the field of play. Good stuff from Chris Wellham. You've got to say the young lads have turned up and played well today. Shaz Lionson at fullback starts it all off. Brilliant. Chris Wellham, another good display. Come on, Ian Smith. Wigan 2-3 yards in front of him at every play of the ball there. It's so obvious. I think Ian Smith, like a lot of referees, thinks, well, we can't have Rovers get too far in front. We can't let Rovers have too much of the ball. We've got to give the opposition a bit of a chance. Fifth tackle, Cook with a big kick. It's hanging. Pat Richards, safe hands, takes it. Makes it across the halfway line. Good tackle there. Reese Lovegrove and Dobson there. Dobson with a, well, I think he's signed on for man of the match here. What with a hat-trick and a drop goal. Wigan now onto the Rovers 32, 33 metre line. Mickey Hyam looks left, looks right, tries to go through. Good tackle there from Rovers. It goes back to that decision from Ian Smith though. It's changed the momentum of this game slightly. Wigan pressing. Colburn, great tackle there. John Steele round the legs. Oh, knock on, surely! Gareth Hawke with a knock on. Gareth Hawke throws the ball away, starts having a paddy. Brian Noble throwing a dummy for Gareth Hawke because he's He's throwing his out the pram there. Good bit of relief here for Rovers. Mike, this is what we want. This is what good solid defence here from Rovers. Got the mistake, got the penalty. Hopefully we're going to be attacking, changing the momentum back around to our way.
Dave, for the first time in 6 weeks, I've just seen a Rovers side step up in defence. Properly, wholeheartedly, big up, step up in defence. Fantastic effort from Macca to go for the gap there. 8 metres from the halfway line, and this Rovers side step up again to try and push this lead out even further. Stanley Jean there met 2 metres short of halfway on by this Wigan outfit. Mikhaili Azuno. 3 metres inside the Wigan half. Mike Vella goes forwards, drops his shoulder, bangs one off, gains the 10 metres needed to take it to the 39 metre line of the Wigan Warriors. Ben Fisher passes the ball right, being so productive on this right hand side for the Hull Kingston Rovers. Kirk Neville bounces off the tacklers, round his head there, he can't grapple tackle referee. He's doing it in front of you. Ben Fisher and Kirk Neville both on the pitch, of course. That's okay from Paul Cook, playing for time now. It's all about playing for time now. I'll be surprised if this Wigan pack didn't run to get this scrum formed. I'll be honest with you, they're not that fast, although, yep, they're in there, that's it. Referee holds the clock up. So here we go then again, another big defence needed from this Hull Kingston Rovers side to keep this Wigan Warriors penned in their own half of the field. Luluai then feeds the scrum, passes it out wide to Trent Barrett, who in turn gives it to Pat Richards. Met well by young Chris Wellham, who again hasn't shown himself up at this stage in his career, at this level of Super League. Again makes another good tackle. Passes the ball inside, a bit lamely there. Paliasina now. Got to be met now. Yeah, he's met well, quite well, bounced off a few of them, but they just couldn't get their arms around his belly. Luluai now is going to go long, I'll tell you what he's going to do. Well tackled. No, he's missed that, referee. Yes, oh, he's waved it back on. You can't believe it, can you? Every time someone goes their way, it gets waved back on, it's frightening. Still, another 6 for Wigan, courtesy of Ian Smith. Brought down there from Dobson, just inside the Hull Kingston Rovers half. Big up in defence, Rovers, did a big up in defence here. Trent Barrett, offloads from the back of the hand. Just stay with him, he can't go nowhere if you can stay with him. Fantastic tackle on Harrison Hansen from Chazai Janssen. I can't tell you how immense young Chazai Jansen's been today. Fantastic pass there, but great tackling from the Rovers line. As this Wigan team spread it across again, there's gaps on that side, I can see him from here. Andrew Cody will be looking to offload as he usually does. Referee calls out. Play your ball, Mr. Cody, he says. Luluai comes what I think is the wrong way, to the left. Jay Webster jumps on the ball and stays in the field of play. He's away again. No, Jay Webster's going on in first half. Go on, Jay, all the way. He's going on the first half. Stay inside. That's the way to do it. Just took the tackle there. Knew wasn't going to get away. Takes the tackle. Fantastic play from Rovers. Another great set in defence. John Steele now having a look. Brought down too easily there for me. John Steele could have took it straight forward. Never mind. Dobson now plays the ball. Gives it in field to Mikhaili Azuno. Should be fresh. Should be fit. Had a good layoff, of course, for enforced injury layoff it was. Ben Fisher now gives it left to Michael Dobson, who misses out his man. Gives it wide to Reece Lovegrove. And it's a penalty to Hull Kingston Rovers. Offside the Wigan Warriors. Mark Calderwood saying, you can't play me, I play for Hull FC. That rhymes, of course, but I meant it too, because that's just the way I do it between me and you.
Attendance here in Craven Park today is 8,481.
Another fantastic attendance here at Craven Park today. 8,481. And let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a fantastically well playing start at the moment. Lost the last 6, and to get a crowd like that speaks volumes of the fans and how much this club means to the people of Heastal. Well done, Rovers. Ben Fisher then gets the ball, hands one off, goes, slips on the floor. Gonna go himself, he's looking for the gap. Gonna go himself, looking for the gap, he's going to spin round. Just brought down 2 metres from the Wigan line. Bengalia now. Gonna give it to Mike Vella. Mike Vella looking to crash over, can't do so, was met on receiving the ball in a 3-man tackle, including fat man Paliasina. Did I say, sorry, I meant that man. Chazai Janssen. Oh, lucky there from John Steele. No, Chazai Janssen held his hand up. I don't think he did anything wrong there. But a pass out wide. John Steele had all options to go for the corner. The only thing I would say against John Steele is he should have maybe gone to ground looking to dive for the line rather than force his way over. He thinks he's Mr. T now. He sees pushed him off once.
Yeah. Hands off my rugby ball, crazy fool. Sorry, poor impression of Mr. T there. Couldn't help it. John Steele there, quite right, as you quite rightly said there, Mike. Would have been better off just diving for the corner rather than trying to fend him off as he did before when he scored. Rovers now just got to keep Wigan down here in their own 15-metre line. Good defence so far from Rovers. Just got to keep it up. Come on, the lads. As you say, Mike, great testament to the fans. Considering we have been struggling, we've lost 6 of them bounce, but we still get 8,400 here. Oh, come on, Rovers. Good tackle from Ben Gallier and Cook. Ben Gallier's had a superb game. Been influential. Oh, come on, Rovers. Cover it, Steely. Knock on! Well, Ian Smith misses a clear knock on there. It's a 5th tackle. James Lulawai fluffs it. Michaeli Azuri picks the ball up and says, thank you very much. Michaeli Azuri puts the look of death onto Lulawai. Go on, Stan. Stan going for a run. Sees a gap. Stan's through. He's gone past Batman. And Thompson scored 4. I don't believe it. What a great try. Stanley Jean goes for a run. Goes past Batman. I've had 6 slices of pizza Palliatina. And Michael Thompson doing what he does best. Backing up. Takes the ball from Stanley Jean. Says thank you very much. I'll have my 4th try of the day. We're all jumping. The East Stand going mental. We're all going mental. I'm going to say the immortal line, Mike. Thanks for pointing it out. Wigan fans, we can see you sneaking out. Wigan fans leaving. Not surprising. This second half has belonged to Hulkington Rovers. Some great play. They've believed in themselves. And recently, even in that first half, we were worried. We were looking at them. But a turnaround this second half. Being brilliant. East Stand. Just saying what I've just confirmed. Wigan fans are leaving. We can see you sneaking out. Goodbye. Cook now with what should be an easy conversion in front of the post on the 10-metre line. Great conversion now. Makes it nice and easy. Makes the score. Makes the score. Should be 35 points to 22. Our scoreman has lost one of Rovers' points there. They're all shouting at him saying, sorry mate, it should be 35, not 34. We can go for the short kick-off. Ball's hanging in the air. One of you, Jake Webster, takes it well. Scoreboard now saying the correct score. Hulkington Rovers 35. Wigan Warriors 22. John Steele probably having his best game in a Rovers shirt in a long time today as well, Michael. They've all stood up to the plate this second half. Dobson wings it out wide to Ben Gallier. Ben Gallier takes the tackle and the Rovers 30. Dobson out to Lovegrove. And the crowd sing Rovers, we love you. And you can't say fairer than that, because when they play like this, with passion, with heart, with skill, you can't beat it. Even the West Stand in the seated stand, which quite often is a bit quieter than the East Stand, they're joining in. It's a good kick down to Pat Richards. Pat Richards goes nowhere. Great chase. Chris Wellham in with a great tackle. The young lads today have stepped up to the plate. I think they've actually led the example to the older hands, the wiser hands, the experienced hands, and said, look, we're playing, why can't you? The second half, everyone has stepped up. Great performance from Rovers second half. Oh! James Lewis shots it. Kurt Netherton pins his ears back. Thinks, offloads it. Go on, Steely. Well, Lewis drops the ball. Kurt Netherton says, thank you very much. Sends it to Steele. The ball's gone one. This is surely going to be another. Oh, what a try. Rovers put it. Spun it out wide. John Steele nearly going to the corner. Spin it to the opposite side. Dobson thinks, shall I have me 5th? No, I'll give the ball to Reece Lovegrove. Reece Lovegrove just says, thank you very much. Straight in the corner. What a great performance here from Rovers second half. Reece Lovegrove on the scoreboard. And Michael, what can we say but yes!
I'm just going to get drunk. I'm going to get really drunk.
Sponsored by Fisk Printers.
Oh, well done, all Kingston Rovers. I take my hats off to each and every one of you. You are my idols, you are my heroes. I will love you forevermore. When criticism's needed, I will give criticism. But today, fellas, take a bow, each and every one of you. From 1 to 17, I worship you all. Thank you. And goodbye, Wigan. The Wigan fans are well after going. And I don't care. Make it act no, and I don't care. But I won't sing no more because I'm really happy. Paul Cook on the far side then to kick this goal. To take the score. So listen to this, boys and girls. Not 37, not 38, not 39. This could be 41. Today, just for you, 41-22. How does that sound? No, he's missed that one. I've never liked him anyway. 39-22 to Rovers then. Fantastic display. It must be said. It has to be said. I know I've said it quite often, but thank you, Rovers. Thank you so much. You've made my Sunday, and I'll show you at each and every one of the 8,481 people's Sundays today. And if Hull FC are watching as the East Stand, they're asking, they've got to be a bit panicky about next week now, because what they thought might have been a bit of a possession, and I know there was a few Rovers fans fearing that game. Well, this should have put a little bit more vigour back in the old. Got a bucket. Go on then, Rovers now. Gareth Crossman stealing to the 50-metre line. That East Stand sounds so wonderful on a winning Sunday against the Wigan Warriors here at Craven Park. John Steele takes another run. Been fantastic today, John Steele. Absolutely fantastic. As has Ben Fisher, who's going through the action half now. It wasn't all rosy in the first half, of course. There's plenty of errors being made, some silly mistakes, but they've learned from it. You know, they've come today, they haven't sat back on the laurels, they've learned from it, they've had a talk about it, and they've rectified the problems. There's only been one team in it, apart from that first minute in this second half, there's only been one team going to win this, and that has been the mighty Hull Kingston Rovers, and how proud we are.
So proud, Mike.
Substitution for Hull
Knocking off the muffins.
David Mills replacing number 12, Ben Gillian.
At one point, we nearly had some man love. Nearly put lips on Mike then. Oh, brilliant. Dragging the Wigan player back. This has just been an all-round, assured, great performance from the Hull Kingston Rovers. Deal or no deal at 39 points to 22. Absolutely brilliant. An awesome second half from Rovers. Apart from that first minute when Wigan scored, there's only one phrase to sum up Hull Kingston Rovers there, and that was awesome. Hull Kingston Rovers then, final hooter just gone. Final hooter, Hull Kingston Rovers 39, Wigan Warriors 22.
Now the match award, no surprise. Number 26, and Michael Dobson.
Michael Dobson, not surprisingly, man of the match. 4 tries, 1 drop goal. Architect together with Ben Gillian, who had a superb game at standoff. Architect of a great Rovers performance. From 1 down to 17, brilliant. I can't say further than that, Mike.
No, but fantastic performance. They've also done big counts today. All that remains to be seen from a mightily relieved and very happy Hull Kingston Rovers gantry. A very happy Hull Kingston Rovers stadium. The final score of Hull Kingston Rovers 39 points, Wigan 22. I've been Mike Sexton, the partner's been Dave Webster. It's been a joy. See you next week, bye bye.
Tickets for both the Bethlehem Dragons and Harlequins matches are on sale now. The Hull Reserves Derby takes place Saturday 19th of July. It's away for Rovers, and down the road to there, of course. Support the boys next Saturday, 2:30 kick-off. Next Academy Games against Warrington on the 26th of July. That's for me.